NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown.
Welcome to the Cedars Sports Corner, everybody. I'm Alex Laverson, and joining us, as always, is Newcastle's biggest Boston Celtics fan, our producer,
Hello.
Parada. And I'm sure you have a lot of pleasant things to say to me right after the Cavaliers lost last night.
The word is drudging.
Drudging. Okay.
Yeah, they received the drudging on the weekend. Same team, same result.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, to add some culture to the show,
Oh, man.
you know, and me being Italian, a direct descendant of St. Patrick, who came from Rome and London
Uh-huh.
to give the Irish a holiday, the Irish would like to give you something back.
Okay.
Okay. Now, other than the wah, I'm in Cleveland, please find me a new team. I can't win up here unless the refs call every foul on the other team.
I mean, he does have nobody, but go ahead.
He has nobody. He's so lonely. That was a 50s song. Lonely.
Listen, the series isn't over, though, but continue on what you're going to say.
Well,
See,
you
look,
know,
we already got people calling in, a little upset with...
They are,
Uh-huh.
but I only have one thing to say.
Uh-huh.
In the Irish, always making sure that we cover you in every way, have got you this beautiful Irish hat with a leprechaun on it, and this beautiful, take a look at this, Irish sweater, courtesy of Mike DiStefano, and it fits because we got your size.
Oh, man.
I just
Triple X.
want you to understand that it's see us rise.
A series is also 0-2. It's not over. It's not over at all. Kevin Love and LeBron James were laughing about the fact last night at the post-game press conference how everyone views them to be down and out. Listen, it's far from...
The picture on the website said it all. LeBron's tugging on his shorts. He's not like this. He's not that good of an actor. He's not that good of a ball player, but he's not that good of an actor.
He's not that good of... Okay, you know, we're not going to have that conversation again because we'll go on and on. But here's the deal, Angelo. LeBron James, did he or did he not come back from being down in the series in 2016 to the Golden State Warriors 3-1 and come back and win? I'm not saying it's going to happen this time, but what I'm trying to tell you, the series is not over. Now, I will say that imagine if the Celtics did have Kyrie Irving playing. So, man. But the fact that, you know, he's not, the fact that LeBron James, you know, I think he is a comeback kid. I think he is clutch.
Only if the officials call all the fouls. They'd have to call all the fouls on the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Boston Celtics. They'd even call fouls on the Bucks, the Raptors, the Jazz, the Suns, the Kings. They'd be calling it on everybody. You know, I'm just saying, if you watch the Cedars Sports Corner this weekend, I wore my Boston shirt.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
And I'm wearing green now, correct?
You're right, but listen, if the Cavaliers come back and win the series, or even tie the series, since you got me this whole new wardrobe after just 2 wins, you got to start wearing wine and gold too. All right. Now, although I think the wine and gold apparel I have probably a little big for you, but you still got to wear it anyway.
They're orange and blue. We did this last time.
Their wine. We're not having this conversation. They have like 1,000 color schemes, okay? Because it's Nike, and Nike makes all their teams like have different uniforms, designs, concepts. It's all fashion and merchandising and marketing and blah blah blah. That's one thing I don't like about the NBA. But regardless, here's the deal. Okay. LeBron James. I think one way or another, after this year, I think he's gone. I think he is going to go to LA. Also, if he does stay, I think it'd probably be more of the fact that there's not really many other slam dunk places he could go in terms of free agency, teams with cap spaces, and, landing on a roster. That's
home.
He's already home.
Go home.
Go home. Go home to Akron, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, you sound this. I'm not insulting you, but the way you hate on LeBron James is the most like Yinzer, LeBron James hater personality fused into one, and that's what you got now. And I'm telling you, he will at least win one more championship before he retires, and then he'll have 4 championships. And are you still going to say LeBron's not that good of a ball player? If he has
He's
4
not
titles?
that good of a ball player. He is
At all.
not Michael Jordan. He is not Magic Johnson. He is not Larry Bird. He is not Lou Alcindor / Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He is not Bill Russell. Okay? He has to go back a long way.
Even if he is behind all those guys, that still doesn't mean he's not a good ball player. That's elite company to be in. Even if he's
not even in their company.
Even if he's the 50th best basketball player of all time, which I think he's way higher than that, that still means he's a good ball player. I just don't understand why there's like this such Yinzer mentality where it's like you have to hate on LeBron James just because he's from Cleveland, or even if you're outside Western PA. You have to hate LeBron James because he left and came back. Angela, I'm telling you, man,
loyalty.
enjoy it.
No loyalty.
Well, yeah, but it's not like no other. It's not like no other players ever left a team, ever. It's business. I would say it's the way he left.
Did Jack Ham leave the Steelers?
No, but that's besides the
Did
point.
Gary Hanratty leave the Steelers because he was second team? No. Did Jack Lambert leave the Steelers? No.
Angela.
So, did Babe Ruth leave the Yankees? No.
Well, to be fair.
So, what do you have to say? The only thing you could say, the Pirates are in first place.
See, this to our audience, this is what Angelo does when he knows I'm about to make a valid point. He steers off track, and then boom, just goes into a completely different subject right before we're about to take a break too. Cause I know your tactics by now. Because there's been no other players in the history of professional sports ever leave a team. Deion Sanders, he was on multiple teams. He's a Hall of Famer.
But he isn't as good as Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders played football. See, you're comparing apples with watermelons.
We're talking. It's besides the point. The point.
That's just what I suspected of you.
What did you suspect?
You try to do this every time we have these conversations.
Well, no, Andrew. The point. The point.
You're like the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh God. Let's hear it. How am I like the Cincinnati Reds?
You're 11 games out.
I'm 11 games out, and there has never been a player in the professional sports. Look, see, I got so wound up, I almost took out your microphone there. There's been no other player in the history of professional sports to ever leave a team and make the Hall of Fame or anything like that. The point was that they're playing the same sport. The point was the principle of leaving a team. If you're talking legendary status and like reputation, I can under. You think he's looking for the easy way out? I would.
He totally is. He leaves Cleveland, goes to Miami. You know what? You got blue water in Miami. You got the whole Gulf and the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
But he wasn't happy with that, so he said, well, you know, we won, now I'll go back to Cleveland and show my ring. Okay, and then you get Golden State. Poor Golden State. Oh, you know, we're going to close out the series. Up, you're breathing.
Listen.
Up. You know what? Somebody fell in the San Francisco Bay.
What?
It's too foggy.
What? Real quick, before we go to break, what if LeBron James ends up as a Golden State Warrior? I would laugh so hard. I would buy you a LeBron James Golden State jersey. He's not going to go there, obviously. He's just trying to win a championship. All right, we're going to take a break here, and we'll be back for next segment. And now a word from our sponsors.
Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania features many amenities, lush fairways, and great greens, and many challenging shots. Your crowd will applaud. A short drive from Butler, Sharon, Pittsburgh, Elwood, and Youngstown. It's Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Hey, Angelo Parada here for Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. And if that's not a mouthful, nothing is. But when you need a mouthful of that special brew, it's Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. You know, nothing tastes better than when you make it yourself. And I do some of that brew myself quite often. I like doing it. It's a great hobby, and it's something you can do. Croakers, Kegs, and Corks located right in Union Township. Give them a try. This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com.
We are back. Welcome back to the Cedars Sports Corner. And Angelo, you mentioned briefly about the Pirates before we went to break.
Yeah,
so the Pirates, the what?
The Tigers.
No, you said the Pirates.
Yeah, but you don't know what the Tigers are doing.
I don't care what the Tigers are doing. This is
the year. Cleveland, this is another Clevelandism. The Tribe always picks a team. A couple years ago, it was, because I do the sports during the day to say who's on at night. A few years ago, it was Kansas City every day. And last year, it was the Twins. This year, they're playing the whole Tigers the whole season. That's what they're doing. Every time they turn around, they're playing the Tigers. That's why Cleveland's in first place and doesn't deserve the credit that you should give the Bucks.
So Cleveland has played Detroit every game.
Like they've been playing them like week in and week out. It's like, just say if somebody says, "Who's Cleveland playing?" Say Detroit. Got a good chance.
Here's the deal. In terms of the Pirates, I got to give them credit. I didn't even think they would last this long. I remember in previous shows when they would start winning, first week, second week, third week, so forth, I kept saying they were going to crash and they were going to burn. I still think they are. But they haven't done it yet. So what are they now, Angelo? 24-17?
That's exactly right.
In first place in the NL Central? I hope I'm wrong. But wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something if the Pirates do end up making the playoffs after one of the most controversial off seasons and one of the most pressure-filled by the media off seasons that the Pirates organization has ever had? I just think that would be phenomenal. And especially since, McCutchen is no longer a Pirate. I am happy that the Pirates paid homage to McCutchen when he came back to PNC Park the other night on the Titantron, the big screen. Excuse me. On the Titantron. The Titantron, the big screen, they gave him a tribute, honored him. It was like their way of saying to McCutcheon that you're still part of the Pirate family, even though you're not right now, but you always will be. I like that because at the end of the day, it's a business. But what? Why are you telling me to stop?
It's the green weenie time.
What?
The green weenie.
Green weenie?
You don't know what the green weenie is.
No, man, I'm only 29.
Buck Fever Green Weenie, the Pittsburgh Pirates. When it got close, back in 1960, they pulled out the green weenie.
The green weenie.
And see? What do you know about the green weenie? It's green. What else is green?
Money.
The Celtics.
Oh my God.
Winners are green.
Why do you do this? Just to get under my skin? Like, why you do this just on purpose? And you do such a good job at it. Listen, Angelo, the Celtics they're not going to win the NBA Finals. We're talking about the Pirates right now, okay? I'm just going to make that clear right now. Listen, if the Celtics win the NBA Finals...
Well, listen good.
You might have to buy this for me. I will wear a Celtic shirt during the show, okay? And I'm not going to claim allegiance to them.
Green
but,
weenie.
I will wear a Celtic shirt during one of our shows if you buy it for me. Anyway, it's not going to happen because they're not going to get past Golden State. Anyway, back to the Pirates, if that's okay with you.
I was on the Pirates. I was telling you about the green weenie.
The green weenie. Okay. Well, enough about the green weenie. See, man, you did this to you made me lose my spot.
You know what?
This always happens.
We're talking about LeBron going swimming in the Pacific Ocean.
Listen,
Pirates winning the series.
I remember what I wanted to say. What I was driving at is after the off season, where fans, myself included, saying they're not going to go to any games. I'm not going to support this team. I'm not going to buy any merchandise. No memorabilia. Don't want to watch them. Nothing. All of a sudden, that's kind of changed.
Now, I had a very good discussion.
Oh, no.
This is up for debate. But I talked to one of Newcastle's baseball gurus, Mark Aliska. And I said, Mark, now he's going, it's a long season, and I'm tired of hearing that. Okay. I said, Mark, the one reason this happens, very simple. Very, very simple. The scouting on young players stinks. So when these guys get up there, it takes them half the season to figure out how to pitch to them. And then they kind of stumble, fall apart, and the next season they hit the rocks. That being the case, it's a quick ride. Either you do it or you don't. If you don't, you're knocked out in the third. So, in my humble opinion...
Your humble opinion?
It's because the other teams have not been able to scout Pirate hitters.
Interesting. Is it going to stay that way?
It lasts till like the All-Star break. At the All-Star break, you'll see it get close, the Pirates will wean back, and everybody will be pumped up for a good year the following year. And then all of a sudden, they'll hit the bricks, everything will crash, and they'll go, well, geez, oh man. And it'll be because these guys have been scouting now.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to pitch them, Scouting, it's just not for football anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's all valid points, what you just said there. I can't disagree with any of that. But...
Never disagree with the green weenie.
Never... Jeez, oh man. So is that your new nickname now, the Green Weenie?
Well, I'm just telling you.
But listen, the point is, are you gonna? Does your stance change now? And does the stance of many Pirates fans, does it change now since they're in first place in the NL?
Well, you wait to see if they throw sevens the whole way through to win. If they don't, they lose, and you're done for 2 more years.
But I think it's not that the fans are having problems with Pirates management, and I think any rational fan.
They can't know the names of these players.
Well, yeah, listen, the Pirates are winning in spite of management, not because of management. They're winning in spite of them. And since they're still winning in spite of them...
The Pirates just picked up a new player. Just came across right now. I can't believe it.
Let's hear it.
They picked up LeBron James. He wanted to go to a winning team. He didn't care what he played.
LeBron James. Hey, he wanted to be like Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan went and played baseball for a little bit.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan was good.
Well, he wasn't really good at baseball.
Yeah, but he stood one city. He played for the White Sox and the Bulls.
Yeah, but, LeBron James should not try to be Michael Jordan. LeBron James should try to be LeBron James. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Or I don't want to talk... Yeah, well, oh, man.
Who's on first?
What are you asking me for? I'm not asking you, you're telling me. I'm telling you who's on first. No, I'm asking you who's on first. That's a guy's name. That's whose name. I can't say it perfectly, but I know it. Yeah, I know. That's one of my favorite sketches. It's time for a break, I think. All right, we're going to take a break, everybody, and we'll be back next segment. And now, word from our sponsors.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
Back to the Cedars Sports Corner, everybody, and thank you for joining us for our last segment.
Here's a different subject.
Let's hear it. I was just complaining to our producer that we have to talk about new subjects. So Angelo has a new one for us, and let's hear it, Ange.
Here come the Irish. Notre Dame ranked number 11 and ready to pounce on everything in front of them.
Man, listen, those rankings mean nothing.
Michigan isn't even ranked.
Again, that means nothing. They could break in really fast.
Alabama and Georgia got to play.
That's different. With the rankings, you always know you have your handful of teams that always be in the top 5 for the most part, like Ohio State and Alabama. But other than that, I think the rankings mean nothing. Until later in the season, of course. But go ahead.
Okay. Penn State loses to Pitt. Okay, very logical thing.
It could.
Ohio State always loses to somebody. Okay. Wisconsin, Penn State. TCU always loses to Oklahoma, and Oklahoma always loses to somebody stupid, like Texas. Auburn loses to Alabama. Bingo, bango, Notre Dame's number 1.
How long are they going to stay that way? Do you think? As
long as the grass is green, the sky is blue, and the sun is a bright golden yellow.
So you don't think Notre Dame's going to lose to one team all year?
Well, let's see. After they play Michigan, they got a sweet ride to the end of the season. It's Michigan, Ball State, Vanderbilt, Wake Forest. Wake up, Wake Forest. You're really playing Notre Dame. Stanford, which is at Notre Dame. They have a special deal for them.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Virginia Tech, the Hokies, Notre Dame says I'll take 2.
I bet they lose to them. Virginia Tech is one of those schools that will lose to a 1AA school, but also be the second-ranked team in the country.
How can you be nicknamed a Hokie?
The Hokies.
No, maybe they're Italian Hokies.
Go ahead, Angela. I'm not doing this with you. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
They're called the Hokies.
He's a Hokie. He loves Hokies.
Uh-huh.
Then they play Pitt at Notre Dame. Then they play Navy at Notre Dame. Then they go to Northwestern, which is a small little confined stadium, which was really at Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 3 games, Florida State at Notre Dame, Syracuse at Notre Dame. So you're looking at Thanksgiving weekend taking on USC for all the marbles.
I think I'm calling it now. Virginia Tech will beat Notre Dame. Because I said they're just one of those wild card schools. Lose to 1AA YSU, but could beat Alabama or a top 5 team. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
Now, statistically, the Hokies, they do the hokey pokey when they eat those sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not even in the top millennium here. Because as we look down, where are the Hokies picked to finish? Well, when we look at that
ACC Coastal.
ACC Coastal, they have them finishing like...
I don't think they're going to... I don't even think they'll finish strong. I think they're just one of those upset teams. They could go 4-8, but beat the #1 team in the country.
No, we're not talking about Pitt playing Virginia Tech. We're talking about...
Both Pitt and Virginia Tech can do that. I'm telling you. Pitt went 5-7 and beat the #2 Miami Hurricanes last year in the finale. Virginia Tech, I'm telling you, go look at their history. Go look at their seasons. They always lose to someone stupid and beat someone they shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's what they do. They are Pitt. They're Pitt. Virginia Tech's Pitt, for the most part, I would say.
Look out, there could be another violent uprising down there. You just called the Hokies Pitt.
I know. No, that's West Virginia that hates Pitt. I think if I compared West Virginia to Pitt, oh man, I think they'd use me as a couch and burn me down in Morgantown. Oh man, man, I don't understand that tradition. I really don't. I think that's so ridiculous.
Now, the Buccos are doing a number, you know, because it becomes a travel day here. In Cleveland, they're still playing Detroit. Just told you.
They're gonna play Detroit the rest of the year.
I just wanted you to know. It makes sense, you know. It saves on travel.
I always felt like the Pirates. It just always seemed like the Pirates and the Astros played like 90% of their games against each other.
They
Obviously,
never
that's
play
not
each
true.
other now.
What?
They never play.
I know, but I mean, like, you know, years ago and stuff. I always just felt like it was like I swear I could turn on the TV and it's most likely going to be the Pirates or the Astros. That's just how I always felt that way. Obviously, it's not true. But Angela, before we wrap up the show, I want to say Jeff Capel from Pitt, your boy, my boy, the new head coach at Pitt, racking up a pretty decent recruiting class. He has 2 4-stars. He picked up Curtis Aiken Jr., and he's good for a walk-on, and he just picked up a 3-star grad transfer from New Mexico State, point guard Sidi Nadir, and he's recruiting so fast, and he's doing a phenomenal job, especially for an 8-24 team. Watch out, Angelo. Pitt basketball, man, they're going to be loaded up with talent in future years. I'm telling you, man.
Time to put up your dukes.
And they won't be Duquesne Dukes level. But I'm telling you, this Pitt team, this isn't going to be your Kevin Stallings Pitt team. This is to be the Jeff Capel Pitt team full of 4-star players.
Are you done? Because I got to tell you something.
Go ahead.
Jordan Jarkowski said hello.
Jordan Jarkowski?
Yes.
Tell him I said hello back.
Okay. I will do that right now. Do you know who he is?
No. But I feel like I should, or I met him and I can't remember. So I was trying to play it off like I knew him.
Well, see, he's one of those guys that started for the Astros, went to the Dodgers, and now plays for the Anaheim, California Angels, whatever Angels you want. Los Angeles Angels, they're all the same Angels.
So he started from the bottom, and now he's there, huh?
Yep. And guess what he watches?
NCTV45, Cedar Sports Corner.
Right here, I got it right up. Jordan Jaskowski, he linked up with us on LinkedIn.
Nice. Maybe we'll have him on the show one day.
See, now, I'm just giving you the heads up on all these great things that just happen about our way.
Absolutely. Great things happen at NCTV45. Great things happen during the Cedar Sports Corner. I can honestly say we have to be one of the more entertaining sports shows.
Hey,
Because, like,
especially in Boston.
especially, oh boy, I don't want to think of anything Boston related. My goodness gracious. I'm so, we're going to call it a day because all this greenness in this show has been making me sick. If it's not the Celtics, it's the green weenie. If it's not the green weenie, it's Notre Dame. I'm just so over all this green.
Do you know what LeBron, seriously, you know what he said about going to Boston?
What did he say about going to Boston? Oh, my goodness. And, I think that's going to wrap up our show. And I think I need to go to an Irish pub or something, take a drink, because I've had about all I can take. But everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.